In this video, you're going to learn the mindset that you need to adopt in order to be effective with YouTube ads as a media buyer and just ads in general, because this is usually the main thing that separates somebody that's an average media buyer and somebody that's an excellent media buyer. So the first thing you're going to need to adopt when it comes to being great at YouTube ads is not take things personally. And this is super critical for YouTube specifically, because with YouTube ads, it's usually your face that's in front of the camera. And when your face is in front of the camera and in the ads, it's really easy to take things personally and have those ads be a reflection of yourself, which isn't necessarily the case. I want to let you know that even though some of your ads might have sucked, that it is not a reflection on you as a person or a presenter or even an ad creator, because a lot of times it's not you specifically that is the reason why ads aren't working. Sometimes it could be something as minor as the audio isn't working, a little bug or something like that. So don't take the ads or the video creation process too personally, because I can tell you we've had tons of clients who I think their ads are terrible. People in the comments have been like, this is a terrible presenter, whatever, but their ads actually deliver great results and they get a great ROAS. So it's not necessarily a reflection on whether or not you are actually making money with YouTube ads. And this kind of lends into my second character trait that I think an effective media buyer needs to have, which is expecting failure. Like when you are a media buyer, you should go in with the mindset that 90% of the things that you're going to try and do are going to fail. Now, this might not be particularly the case. Usually you're not having a 90% failure rate, but if you go in with this mentality, whether it's to test creative or test different placements and audiences and things like that, you won't get discouraged when things don't work, and you'll get excited when things actually do go your way. So it's super important that not only do you not take this stuff personally, but you also adopt the mindset where you're okay with failure. You're willing to learn and make the mistakes in order for your YouTube ads to improve over time. Now, if you do get pretty good at YouTube ads and you don't fail as often as most people, you also don't want to go to the other extreme of developing an ego when it comes to YouTube ads. Now, I see a ton of gurus and even experienced media buyers who think they're top dog. They don't make mistakes. Everything they do is like the gold standard. Because there's been a lot of times where I've worked with a new media buyer that we bring on to Linx, and they have a certain philosophy that they're gung-ho about, and it's usually not the most optimal one, and they're so attached to that they take it again personally, and they feel offended when we suggest something else. Because you see, YouTube is a forever evolving place. There's always new things that are being added to YouTube ads, new techniques, new philosophies that are being developed every single day, that you can't be the master of everything. And with that being said, you always want to be learning, because this is such an evolving platform. You never want to be left behind or be stuck in your old ways. Because even if you are the best media buyer in the world, there's always something that you can improve on. Even at Linx Digital, whenever we work with client accounts, a lot of times we bring in outside consultants to come take a look at our work. We always get a list of improvements and things that we can improve on. That's just the nature of media buying. There's always something that you can do a little bit better. So never be in the position where you think you have it 100% figured out and you're the best of the best, because that's never usually the case. And with that being said, you always want to be testing. Always be testing, even if your ad account is going perfectly, you're crushing metrics, you always still want to be testing, because like I said, there's always areas to improve on. And not only are there a ton of areas for you to improve on, YouTube's always introducing new features, and sometimes those new features actually perform the best out of all of the old features. So you want to make sure that you're always ahead of the curve and make sure that you're taking real advantage of all of the new techniques and tips and things that people are putting out, as well as all of the new features that YouTube is putting out. You know what they say, always be learning, always be testing. But if you do want to cut your learning curve significantly, I recommend joining our free Facebook group. And if you want to learn how to optimize your ads so your testing phase is cut down, check out this video right here.